Hey Libra, welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. I'm Eleanor and this is your reading for November. Not all of it may apply to you, and when you hear what's meant to help you, go ahead and hit that thumbs up so the rest of it can more easily find its way to the right recipient. So you have the Elephant, I forgive. You have the Knight of Swords, the Star, and the Lovers. And then your self-compassion card says, thankless job. Maybe no one else will show their appreciation, but you still can. Take just a moment and write yourself a note of gratitude for something you did for you. Okay, this Knight of Swords in this context is going to be referring to your self-talk for most of you. It does spill over into your external communication, but as a reflection of your self-talk. I don't see you being very divided or clever, where your self-talk can be one way and your words to others will be another. They will be reflections of each other. I'm using the Law of Attraction Tarot, which is starting to almost seem like a passé concept, but the message I'm getting with these does seem to revolve around alignment of the inner and the outer, and that stability creating a gravity of sorts. This elephant reminds me of the Emperor, a card of integrity, the energy of having the ability to forgive for the sake of moving forward, but also the learned experience of never forgetting. It's like there's lessons learned and there's resentment. One helps you make better choices, and one puppets your choices from the shadows, like your subconscious. Creates more reactivity. There's stories of elephants like breaking their constraints to help people in danger. There's no pettiness or resentment there, but just some instinctual knowledge of our interconnectedness. Better knowledge than some people have. So I'm going on a lot about the elephant, but you know I'm talking about you, right? The gentle yet commanding demeanor, and ability to honor the strengths and weaknesses in yourself and in others. Wisdom gained through experience. Owning responsibility for your choices, which helps you gain tremendous power and leadership ability. There is the potential for rage coming out. While I don't typically think of that as a Libra trait, but anyone can be pushed to their limit. And with the Star appearing, you may have wandered in the dark for a little too long and have found that frayed end of your rope. It can happen to anybody. But with the Knight of Swords, that rage can be harnessed to make a change, to find your voice in a situation, while resentment doesn't do much but poison you from the inside out. I'm not sure why that's coming up so strongly, so repetitively, this message about resentment, but it is being cleansed away here in November with the Star. If you can access forgiveness and gratitude up here, you have forgiveness and gratitude, and that's going to be your keys to unlocking this healing and this soothing energy. It all feels very internal. Even with the Lovers, it is feeling like a concentration of power between aspects of yourself that boosts your signal to call in what it is you want. First of all, forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, honestly, especially when we've not received an apology and there's still a need to maintain a boundary for the sake of your own well-being. It's like just because you forgive someone doesn't mean you want to have them back in your life. So I feel like the message around that is to begin practicing forgiveness with yourself. What can you forgive yourself for? What are you feeling resentment around? In younger days, I would have a lot of resentment around circumstances that I felt like were external, things people had done to me or things that I resented about my life around me. And as now I'm into my 40s, I find that if I have the words I resent crop up in my language, it's going to usually be I resent what I did around this. I resent my choices around this. I resent the situation that I have created for myself. So resentment can be can be reflexive, can be directed back at ourselves. So what can you forgive yourself for? And then in that space, replace it with something you can be grateful to yourself for. The star, it mends trauma. It rekindles optimism, even in like unlikely situations, and invites you not to give up on yourself. It says to leave what's heavy behind. In fact, I think that's even a song. I forget what it's called, but it says, leave what's heavy behind. Anyway, in this case, something you need to forgive yourself for. It can be a parent, and it can be around your parenting choices, like if you feel like you've not been the best parent, if you're highly sensitive, but that's specific, like for one or two people maybe. I'm thinking of something that pops up on Facebook. It like makes the rounds on Facebook from time to time. It's those cracked vases. I don't remember where they're from. Maybe Japan. But they repair and fill the cracks with gold. And so I see you. It's like jackhammering, filing off the edges, clearing out the debris of guilt and resentment, and taking up a gratitude practice, filling in those spaces with gratitude, like whether it's a journal or some kind of gratitude ritual that you do on a daily basis. And what I do that on Facebook every day, where I say in my tonight I'm grateful for whatever. Sometimes it's something really stupid and small if it's that hard of a day, and sometimes it sounds like an Oscar speech if it's been like a great day, or I'm like bathing in serotonin or something. But this is feeling more like, especially it says it's explicitly actually, a gratitude practice directed at yourself. I'm grateful to myself today for doing this. I'm grateful that I did this for myself today. So you become a denser entity with a greater gravitational pull on the fabric of space, and the things you want just roll downhill to you. This is about your attractiveness in the law of attraction sense, your signal being boosted. And that's literally the image I'm getting. You know that I think it is one of the theories of physics, I don't know which one, but the planet that's kind of on the grid, and it's like warping the grid and creating, like, the weight causes the grid to fall in. And it's like, yeah, warping those grid lines. So what you want just like falls into your orbit. And that is the result of the healing work that you do on yourself in November, Libra. Okay, so if you want to hear what I have to say in December, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll talk to you then. Thank you.